This is me, Keisha, and so today I'm about to do an all tea, all shade review on Marvel's Luke Cage Season 1, Episode 1. It is a Netflix series. If you watch like Jessica Jones or Daredevil on Netflix, then Luke Cage is the show for you. Okay, now, so if you like Empire, Power, New York Undercover, but you also like Marvel and DC Comics, child, please get your whole entire life. Like this show was made for me because I love all of those shows and then movies that I have just referenced. So let's start breaking down the episode. So Luke Cage is the star of this show, and he's played by, I think the actor's name is Michael Coltier, whatever. Fine ass black chocolate man with a bald head and a goatee, child, make you want to play with yourself. But anywho, so we start off the episode with him in the barbershop. And he works for this older gentleman by the name of Pops, and they're all in the barbershop talking about basketball. And Pops then has to put money in the swear jar for cursing. Luke is basically minding his business, sweeping the floor. He doesn't really engage in the conversation, but then he decides to, get engaging into the conversation on who's the best players and coaches in the NBA. So this little nigga in the motherfucking shop getting his haircut by the name of Shamik makes fun of him. He's like, man, what you even here for? You don't do shit. You don't even cut hair. And Luke reminds him that he cleans the whole entire place. He sweep, mop, make sure the windows and everything is good. He's a hardworking man, something that Shamik don't know shit about. So Shamik says that his job in life is style and profile. Okay. I'm like, all right, little nigga. So Luke checks him, and because Shamik tries to, jump up in his face like he gonna do something, and Luke like, what you gonna do? Like, I dare you to do something. And so Shamik fall back like, you know what? It's all good. I'm gonna just go on over here and continue to get this haircut. But he really don't like Luke. So this up and coming lawyer comes into the shop. It's old girl that used to play on Single Ladies with the short hair. I think she came in like episode 2 or 3. She had the kid on the episode. She had the little child or whatever. Short hair, brown skin girl, really cute. So she's coming into the shop to pick up her son, and she hits on Luke Cage because he can find everybody who want to give it to him, even though he ain't got two nickels to rub together. So she gives him her number, but he's hesitant on, calling her because he's still mourning the death of his wife, Reva. So Pop suggests that, he start helping people, because he has these powers, because Luke picks up this washing machine with one hand. And so Pop's like, you need to, embrace your gift and start helping other people. But Luke just want to be left alone because he's a fugitive on the run. He was framed for murder. He was beaten and put into a tank, and that's how he got his powers. And he feels like his abilities have cursed him and ruined his life. Um, so Luke then takes out the trash, and when he goes to take out the trash, he bumps into one of the barbers at the that works at the shop by the name of Chico. And when he bumps into him, Chico like falls down because he's Luke has brute force and strength, and he's solid build. So the little boy falls to the ground, and when he falls to the ground, his gun drops out of his waistband, and Luke questions him about it. And dude, like, my daddy left when I was a little kid. I don't need for you to try to pretend like you're my father. So Chico hops in the car with Shamik, and they're about to go do a job. Luke peeps all of this, but he like, it ain't my business. I gotta go to my second job. I gotta go work. So on the way to work, he's walking around Harlem because the show is based in Harlem. And his landlord, this Chinese woman, stops him and was like, where is my money? He gives her $300. She was like, that's not all of it. I need for you to give me the rest of my money before the night is over. So Luke works at this club that is kind of like the 2016 version of the Cotton Club, and it's called Harlem's Paradise. And it's owned by Cornell, aka Cottonmouth. And so they show the club, and it's beautiful. It's a bunch of beautiful ass black people in there. And Raphael Sadiq is actually the performer for the night. He's killing it. I mean, they immediately put you into the mood. So Luke is in the kitchen washing dishes and shit. And the manager, this fat ass white man, comes in and asks him, does he want to bartend for the night? And Luke is like, where's the rest of my money? I need to get paid. I got fucking rent to pay. Dude is like, I'll give it to you by the end of the week. Luke, I was like, but he tells Luke that, he can keep all of his tip money. Luke is like, all right. So he goes out there in this too little ass suit jacket to go and bartend for the night. So then we pan up to the balcony where Cornell, aka Cottonmouth, and his, I don't know if they're cousins or sisters and brothers. I think they're cousins. Uh by the woman's name is Madam Council Mariah, and she's played by Alfred Woodard. Honey, Alfred is coming through with the motherfucking acting. So he tells her that Cologne's gym is ready to make a sizable donation to him and her real estate project, so they need to have a face-to-face meeting with Cologne. She tells him that he needs to get into politics and out of this whole club business and drugs and all this shit that he's into. And Cornell says it's easy to underestimate a nigga they never see you coming. So we're introduced then to Misty Knight, who is also going to be a superhero later on into the series. She's going to get a bionic arm, but she is an undercover cop. So she's sitting at the bar, and her and Luke are, flirting with one another, and they obviously want to get it popping after he get off, honey. And so as she's at the bar flirting with Luke, she's looking up at the balcony and peeping Cottonmouth meeting, and Luke peeps her and is like, "What you do for a living?" And asking her all these questions. She's kind of like just avoiding his questions or whatever. So Councilwoman Mariah tells Cottonmouth and Cologne that they shouldn't even be together in public or have her up in this mix because she's a councilwoman. She don't need to be known having photos taken of her with known criminals and shit. So he says it's got to be a good idea her being there, or else she wouldn't be there. She says that she's fully aware of their family's legacy, but he's now turning legal money to illegitimate money all over again. Cottonmouth says his products of guns is the shit, and his connects basically it's going to make them a whole bunch of money. So Shamik and Chico are doing a job for Cottonmouth where they're actually selling the guns to this other little set or whatever, these other little thugs or whatever. But shit just goes haywire. Shamik decides that he's about to kill everybody and take the money for himself. So he's basically robbing Cottonmouth. Chico didn't know none of this shit was about to go down. It was a third man there. Shamik then kills the third dude, so shit won't get back to fucking Cottonmouth. He like, I'm about to be rich no matter what. I'm about to get paid. Fuck this. I'm tired of being fucking poor. So then they take the money and they bounce. Then we go back to the club. D Nice is in the club, motherfucking DJ, and I'm like, look at D motherfucking Nice. So Luke and Misty after the club, honey, they end up going back to his place and fucking the dog shit out of each other. And I was like, come on now with the black love. So the next morning he asks her again what she does for a living, and she lies and tells him that she's an auditor. So Shays, this Puerto Rican thug, comes to Cottonmouth's office to ask questions about the hit that happened the last night with the whole drugs and with the guns and shit and the money being stolen. The money that Domingo and his crew, let me see, I'm looking at my notes. So the money that Domingo and his crew gave them to get the guns, everything is now gone, and Diamondback Shade's uh boss basically want his motherfucking money because they gave them these guns and he needs his money or whatever. So the guns are in police custody, but the money is gone because Shamik and Chico got it. So Shades tells Cottonmouth that he's there to help him. He needs to know if it was an inside job. Cottonmouth says no. So we go back to the barbershop. Pops is just in disbelief that Shamik and Chico would have done this, and he asks Luke if he knew about anything that was going on. Did he peep anything? And Luke lies and says no, because he don't want to be involved in none of this bullshit. So Councilwoman Mariah is doing interviews with the news reporters and shit, and she talking about Black Lives Matter, and we looking at her like, bitch, only black life that matters to you is yours, because she over here robbing and stealing and shit. So Cottonmouth shows up, and she like, I don't need your black ass to be here. I told you I don't need these white folks seeing me with your ass. She tells him that she needs the money that she gave him because she used federal grant and tax deductible donation money to give him to do construction on that fucking club and the guns that he bought from Diamondback. And she reminds him that if she don't get this fucking money back and replace it, that they all gonna go to fucking jail. So Cottonmouth confirms right hand man confirms that Shamik and Chico robbed him. So Cottonmouth offers $20,000 for both of their heads. So we see Shamik, he at the motherfucking strip club, just like a nigga tricking off the goddamn money instead of running and hiding some goddamn where he in the motherfucking strip club making it rain. So they end up finding him and getting his ass. So Luke's landlord reminds him once again that I need my money or your ass gonna get put the fuck out. So Luke asks, let me see. Where am I at? I lost my space. So Luke is back at Harlem Paradise working washing dishes. He runs into his manager again. He asks him, when am I gonna get paid? Dude tells him, I'm paying your ass underneath the table, so you get it when I fucking get ready to give it to you. So Cottonmouth, the right-hand man, brings Shamika to the club, and Shamika's nervous because he don't know if they know what he did or not. So Luke is peeping everything, and he also peeps Shades following in behind them. And come to find out, him and Shades was locked up together, and Shades used to whoop his ass in fucking jail. So Cottonmouth is standing in front of this dope ass Biggie photo, and he says that everybody likes it because everybody wants to be the king. He slaps the dog shit out of Shamik and asks him where the fuck is the rest of his money. And Shamik tries to lie and say he don't know, but Cottonmouth slaps him several times again, causing his mouth to fucking bleed. It's blood and shit going everywhere. So Cottonmouth asks where Chico is so they can collect the rest. Shamik then decides that he's about to put his dick on the table and spits blood out of his mouth at Cottonmouth. Cottonmouth then persists of whooping his goddamn ass with his bare hands. He beats him and kills him with his bare hands. Blood is just going everywhere while the photo of Biggie is in the background. It was the dopest shit I've ever seen in my life. So, he beats his ass so bad that Shades and his right hand man is looking like kind of scared, like this nigga is crazy. So Luke is paranoid because he's wondering if Shades recognize him because he's a fugitive, he's on the run, he don't need nobody recognizing him. So then we see Cottonmouth men. They dump Shamik's body in the street. So Misty is on the case and she knows that Chico is next. So they got to find Chico before his ass end up getting killed. So these thugs that work for Councilwoman Mariah are at Luke's landlord's restaurant, the Chinese people restaurant, threatening them that if they don't donate money to her apartment complex, that they gonna get shit fucked up. The Chinese woman husband's like, we've already donated to her. We tired of giving her money. She not gonna keep on running down on us. And so they basically about to, ransack their whole motherfucking restaurant until Luke comes in and sees what's happening. And so he tells them, leave them old people alone. They're not gonna, give you the money. The dudes start laughing at Luke, and the dude that plays Suge Knight in Straight Outta Compton attempts to run and punch Luke in the face, but when he tries to punch Luke in the face, his fucking hand and wrist break. You see his bone pop out of his fucking arm. It was the sickest shit I've ever seen in my life because he, has basically like a steel body. Can't nothing get to him. So another dude tried to run up on Luke. Luke then throw his ass out the fucking window. And then he look and turn to one of the other thugs and say, you want some? And the dude was like, shit, I don't even like these niggas. And run the fuck up out the goddamn place. So Luke apologizes, for fucking up, the restaurant. But the old Chinese lady is like, no, thank you. And tries to give him money. He was like, I owe you money. Like, why would I take money from you? She was like, I want you to, protect us, be our security. He was like, no, I'm not for hire, but I promise I put that on my life that I will protect you. And he walks out and he puts his hoodie over his head, paying homage to Trayvon Martin, and the episode goes off. Episode 1 was fucking everything. It's 7 o'clock here in the morning in St. Louis, and I just got my whole entire life. I cannot wait to watch episode 2 and review it. Please take out the time to watch Marvel's Luke Cage series on Netflix. It is everything. Like I said, it gives you eternal life. Now that Power is gone, this will take the place of Power. Like I said, if you like Empire, New York Undercover, and you just love hip hop, you just love blackness, and then you love seeing a black superhero, which we hardly ever see unless we're watching like a Marvel Comics or whatever, this is the show for you. It's so dope. It's hip hop influenced. It's amazing. Go check out episode 1 right now, and I will be uploading episode 2 review soon. Thank you all for watching this. Make sure to thumbs up and subscribe, and check out all my other videos as well. Love you. Have a great day.